Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 is already crushing any expectation a fighting game could possibly have in 2023. Not only can Airbud play Street Fighter now like it's nothing and he has hands and is alive, but it sold a lot and got a lot of Evo entrants, so that's pretty good. Let's rewind a bit though. There's also actual humans at the top level using modern controls, even getting 5th at Evo. And we hate that. Just so we're clear, I don't think modern inputs implemented as they are cheap. Thank you. This isn't Capcom's first rodeo in attempting to convert dogs to e-gaming though. And I'm not even talking about Ed, whose moveset and specials did not require command inputs. No, for over a decade, Capcom has failed at creating 2 versions of every character and make that work. They have failed at bringing 1-button specials and command inputs to the masses. Why would they try this for so long in an established genre that they basically created? I'm sorry, but it's for people like me. Look at these GIF inputs. I won this game. Subscribe, please. Now I have no idea what impact modern controls in SF6 will have at a top level, but in theory you're exchanging some flexibility for consistency and other flexibility. Let's say you're the best of the best and it takes you like 1/6 of a second to execute a super, if that, on classic. Well then, the first frame you can realistically react to a sonic boom is this one. You're already hit. But that's accounting for the time it takes to input the super. If we're assuming you only had to press 1 button, then the last frame you could react to looks like this. You're still probably hit, but at least you can yell that this game sucks before you are. This is obviously an extreme edge case, but it displays that the 20% damage penalty doesn't mean a lot if you never be able to hit the guy in the first place. And again, I don't know what the effects and ramifications of turning on modern for official competitive play are, especially since a ton of the games that attempted it just kind of died or never really had a chance in the first place. For example, Capcom Fighting Collection. In every game in this compilation, you could put 1-button specials on any character, with a pretty large asterisk of, hey, so instant Tatsumaki? Ensuring that risk doesn't happen. Bye. You couldn't compete in ranked in any game with 1-button specials mapped, and that's fair because look at the height of my skill on this, I'd be unstoppable. 1-button specials had another asterisk though, that being it didn't map a button to Hadouken. No, instead it maps a button to down, wait a frame, down forward, one more, forward punch. And in practice, especially in the predecessor to this technique, Ultra Street Fighter 2, that's a lot different. You can especially notice this on charged characters like Guile, where the Sonic Boom button looks like this. I am not pressing anything else during this. And to be fair, if you could approaching Sonic Boom, I'd have to dox you with my team of experts. The thought of competitive play on Ultra Street Fighter 2 was laughable anyways, and that becomes obvious if you consider the Switch's inherent and unavoidable input delay for only the benefit of 3 giant fucked up elephants in the room. But one game that had a chance to really turn this around wasn't Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but let's talk about that anyways. The woke controls here aren't super broken, but you can use specific characters level 1s instantly, and for no damage penalty at all. The level 1 of choice here does feel ultimately random, as just from my limited testing, they don't often link into the easy auto combo either without timing, or even at all.
Like an arrow, right there.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken has quick combos, but they did not work for me. Presumably because God loves censoring me for my woke beliefs. So fuck me, I guess. In terms of actual games, Marvel 3 has simple controls, which aren't good. At absolute bottom level of play, of course they are better. One peg above and they are utterly useless. You get one combo of normals, two special moves, and one hyper combo, and that's it. The real kicker here is you can't choose any of these options, so see you later! To give you an idea of how this absolutely destroys characters, let's look at an already bad one in Phoenix Wright. The game plan is to collect evidence, get into investigation mode, hit this move, which you have to be either a god to hit or literally pray that your opponent doesn't know that this isn't an unblockable. And once you got all you need, you can hit the best move in any game. Now, considering the new button mappings, let's try this in simple mode. You literally can't do anything. So yeah, it's great for getting 8th grade me really mad. Objectively, it's a worse way to play the game otherwise. That brings us to 2010 and Tatsunoko vs Capcom, which Capcom accidentally only made for the Wii. Knowing the Wii audience, they needed a contingency for if most of the Wii audience actually bought the game because they fucking love Yatterman 1 like nobody else. Nobody else. Now this game is entirely playable with 2 buttons and a D-pad in the same sense that 3,000 cups of chocolate milk is a lethal dose. It's entirely true, but what hypothetical have we Mandela'd to make this the world we live in? One is for a few very basic attacks. It's Smash Bros rules for specials on 2, press both of them for supers, and the final boss is absolute horse shit. And that's the end of the video. Or it would be, unless you want to take the ultimate woke pill and find what's supposedly wrong about the following gameplay. If that was too hard, here's me approaching with Sonic Boom. If you want to see me play this in person, don't worry, my address is now on every site. Fuck. This is the insane world of Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. There's no damage penalty, no input penalty, or any other drawback to inputting this way. It's literally just cheating in Super Street Fighter 4. But I pose you this question. If everyone's cheating, isn't this fair? No. Pretend this exact touchscreen system was implemented into Street Fighter 4 as is. At a certain point, you're just hijacking the game everyone loved, or at least tolerated, to make a worse one that they now have to play. Everybody liked the game before, but this new element for accessibility just ruins it. Obviously, these changes in core systems without consideration from developers has never been an issue in Street Fighter 4, but it is becoming a growing topic in the Smash community with the box controllers, changing analog inputs to completely digital ones. The people who make these controllers, who have played the game extensively, for years, are trying to develop them in such a way that the consistency inherently awarded by digital inputs are offset by some flexibility restrictions. It's sounding pretty familiar. However, the people against these controllers are likening them to macros, which are multiple inputs that can be activated by one button press. Thankfully, nobody in the community would be foolish enough to dump actual undetectable macros out into the public. A guy for some reason made a literal macro for Smash, open sourced it, and said, by the way, you can take this online and it won't get you banned. And it doesn't, and this can just happen to you now in any given match. And despite him close sourcing it and making it not Wi-Fi safe now, it's too late. There's nothing you can do about it. That's not considered in-game balance, and that's now the game we play. Modern controls are certainly nothing like this. Yet taking these examples into account, I understand the hesitancy of players that have been playing longer than most my viewer base has been alive. Please subscribe. Is a much less fucked up version of this the game they will be forced to play? For the record, I don't think allowing modern controls is a bad thing, and I don't think Capcom's experiment here will end in failure like every other time. Also, I named this video after an unironic post I found funny. That's the explanation for woke. Okay, bye.